Hi, friends. Glad you could join me. I'd like to do something on meditation for beginners. Now, if you're watching this, you've probably been meditating a long time, and you probably don't need it. But you might know somebody who's just starting out, wanting to learn meditation. And of course, it's always good to review the basics. So this is meditation for beginners, how to get started. All right, so let's say it's a stressful day. You got a lot of adrenaline flowing. You've been doing a lot of stuff, and you need to calm down. So I'll call this an induction. It's just a sigh of relief to get rid of the stress of the day. And the only requirement is that your spine is straight. Sitting in any chair where your spine is straight. Maybe you want to be supported. That's all that matters, okay? Your spine is straight, and you're getting ready to meditate. So the induction is just a sigh of relief. Oh, thank goodness I'm gonna meditate. It's like, and that's all you're gonna do now for a few minutes. Okay, even you long time meditators, experienced meditators, you'll like this. Because as you're saying, you imagine that all of your thoughts and bubbly emotions and adrenaline is just going out the top of your head like smoke coming out of a chimney, okay? Just, And then notice it's really quiet after you've exhaled all of that junk. Just notice that it's really quiet for a second, then breathe in again. And let it all go. Notice that it's quiet before you breathe in again. Now I want you to just start doing that while I'm talking. I'm just going to talk you through it, and you just close your eyes, relax, and notice it's quiet after you've exhaled all of that energy and before you breathe in again. And you're going to do 10 or 20 of those before you start meditating. Letting go of everything, noticing it's quiet. And after about 10 or 20 of those, you're starting to feel pretty relaxed. Well, then you breathe into your belly and then up into your upper lungs, okay? You just add this tiny awareness that you're breathing into your belly and then your upper lungs, and the same thing then, letting go of all your stress, because stress and thought are kind of the same thing, letting go of all your thoughts. And the exhale just gets longer and longer and longer. And I sometimes imagine like the ocean drawing a wave out to sea on that exhale, because that exhale just goes and goes and goes. As you keep doing it, the exhale gets longer and longer and longer. Now you have a little awareness in your breathing. You're breathing into your belly and then upper lungs, and then just letting go. And eventually, you're meditating. But I'd say do it 10 or 20 times and notice the place where it's quiet after you've exhaled. The breaths keep getting bigger and bigger because you're getting more and more relaxed. The exhales are getting longer. And the quiet space between the breaths is getting bigger. Okay, that's the interval. Ah. Just letting go, okay? So you can see I'm not preoccupied with being absolutely still. I'm out here in nature and, little mosquitoes and flies are landing on me and I'm brushing them off. I'm not being too serious about that. I'm just concentrating on letting go of everything, letting go. Then when you're in a great place, you tired of exhaling with the sound of the ah. Just hear in your mind, Aum. That sacred sound, Aum. Well, you just hear it in your mind. You don't say it or anything, just hear it. And then it sort of becomes a loop. And you change the sound to Auma. So Auma, Auma. Any way you want, but you're just doing it internally to give your mind something to do. And you cannot fail, no matter what happens. We're not trying to quiet the mind. You're just hearing the mantra, Auma. You cannot fail. If your mind starts thinking thoughts, all of a sudden, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm sitting here, I got all these things to do. That's fine, that's part of your meditation. Just go back to the mantra. Or, exhale, and then go back to the mantra. You cannot fail. You're sitting and you're doing the mantra. Now, when sounds happen, there are nice sounds out here, but maybe there's a car horn beeping or something. I've had that happen. When any sound happens in your environment, you treat it as if it's part of your meditation. So there's a dog barking, or something, whatever your least favorite sound is, right? Somebody's running a jackhammer or a car alarm is going off. You treat it as if it's part of your meditation and the sound is hammering you into a deeper and deeper state. Every time the sound happens, you imagine that it's just pushing you into a deeper and deeper state. So you don't fight it. You're just like, oh, this is part of my meditation today. Of course, if you can, get in a quiet place or use white noise, that's fine. But sometimes you can't. So the sound becomes part of your meditation. And if it is a car horn or an alarm or something, you just really concentrate on it, like study every nuance of it. I've actually had to do that. All right? So the sound becomes part of your meditation. And you're just sitting there with your eyes closed and you're hearing the mantra, Auma. Then thoughts bubble up for a while. You're thinking and you're fidgeting, you're scratching an itch, you're doing whatever you need to do. And then you remember, oh yeah, but the mantra, and you go back to the mantra. You cannot fail to meditate if you don't try to quiet your mind. You're just doing the mantra. And what's happening is when you're doing the mantra or the exhale, silence occurs. And in that gap where there's silence, all of your stress bubbles out. And the way the stress bubbles out is the same way it bubbled in, through thoughts, through words and language. That's how you make stress, by the way. So it's very natural to do a few mantras and then to have thoughts bubbling up. That's fine. Just say, oh, thinking thoughts, back to the mantra. You can't go wrong. And if you'll sit like that, maybe in the beginning for 10 minutes, then later for 20 minutes. Little kids should do it. Like if it's an 8-year-old, give them 8 minutes, 5-year-old, 5 minutes, whatever. Kids can do it. And if you get a different mantra than Auma, that's okay too. It doesn't have to have any meaning. It just could be your own funny sound that comes into your mind, but it has no meaning. Auma is a sacred sound, the Aum. So I like that one. But you cannot fail. Just sit there for 10 minutes, twice a day. And when you're really comfortable and you like it, do it for 20 minutes twice a day. If you're ever having a sleepless night and you can't sleep, do this. It's deeper and more restful than sleep. All right? So just sit up in your bed or whatever. Your spine needs to be upright. Chakras pointing up. The induction. Notice the silence. And after you're quiet and relaxed, then add the mantra, Auma. And any once in a while, just, okay, if sounds occur, they're part of your meditation. You cannot fail. Just try it. Start doing it 10 minutes twice a day, and then as soon as you can, up it to 20 minutes. You'll have much less stress in your life. You'll do better in every area of your life, and your health will improve dramatically. Thank you for joining me, and please send this to those people you know who are trying to meditate, who are trying to learn how to meditate, or who want to get on the path. Please forward this, all right? And if you want more training and special aspects of the spiritual journey or manifesting and all that, join me on Patreon. That's patreon.com. John McKenna. Please, like it if you like it. Please subscribe. I'm putting these out every week. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.